going on, guys? This is Dylan, and I want to make a video today on what foods to eat if you're trying to add muscle, what foods to eat if you're trying to lose body fat, overall just get in shape and be healthier, right? This is the question I'm asked the most. I'm a personal trainer, I own my own gym, and all my clients, they don't have as many fitness questions as they do as nutrition, and it usually comes down to what foods to eat, how much, how to make certain foods, meal timing. So I'm going to go over all that today as I kind of show you what I got, and then I'm actually going to take you along and show you how to prep your food so you can best hit your goals. All right, here we go. When I'm in the grocery store, I go by order of importance. So the first foods I get is a protein source, because this is going to be the base of every single meal. So I get the same thing pretty much every time. I get a lean ground turkey. I get chicken thighs. You can get breasts, you can get tenders. I like thighs. I know they have a little bit extra fat. I think they taste amazing, and it's easier to cook them. Chicken breasts, a lot can go wrong. You can make them too dry. I got strip steaks. This is not essential. It's obviously a little pricier, but the steaks have a lot of micronutrients, really good protein source, and they taste freaking good. So I splurge on some steaks every now and then. Ground beef, good protein source. Again, a little fatty, but this is good fat. You want to get your fat from an animal source. Doesn't have to be grass-fed, grass-finished, but again, I splurge on stuff like this. Eggs, pasture-raised, doesn't have to be. I'd say at least get cage-free eggs, but eggs are amazing, amazing protein source. And then, I wouldn't actually call it a protein source, but it does have it. Cheese, if I put this on some of my meals, just add some flavor. And then snack during the day, I got these mini beef jerky sticks. Next, I got my fruits and vegetables. So vegetables, I always go with some broccoli, Brussels sprouts. I'll just throw those in the oven. That's really simple. I'll do like a salad at dinner, so just a spring mix. Put some tomatoes in there, just some extra micronutrients, some good flavor. And then fruit, love my fruit. This is honestly like a dessert. I love having fruit at night. It tastes so good. Got apples, got bananas, got blueberries and raspberries. Then next we'll go carb sources. So I got jasmine rice. I got sugar-free oatmeal. And I got potatoes. And I didn't have to buy these, but I had them already. Medjool dates. This is a treat at night if I'm just behind on carbs or behind on food for the day. So freaking tasty with a little bit of honey and salt on top. And then last, I just got kind of extra stuff that you cook with, stuff that you can top food with. So like butter, olive oil, great to cook with, good fats. I got this, good natural buffalo sauce. I tried this for the first time. This creamy Caesar dressing. It's pretty low calorie, so we'll see how it goes. A little avocado guacamole mix. That's just kind of the little stuff. So now that we've gone over everything I get, again, divide it by the groups. You got your proteins, you got vegetables, fruits, carb sources, and then just like extra toppings or fat sources. Now we're going to prep it. I cook all my food for the week on Sunday. I don't really like to cook, so I'd rather just knock it out in one swoop. And then I have food literally in Tupperware meals for the whole week. So, because I'm working a lot, like I'm a personal trainer, I own my own gym, I'm swamped with work. The last thing I want to do when I come home at 8 o'clock at night is fire up the pan, the oven, and start cooking a meal. I can't do it. So I cook it all, put a bunch of Tupperwares for the week, come home from work, grab a meal, boom, done. Don't have to think. Prepping your food is an actual superpower because you don't have to make decisions about food. We make too many decisions with school, with work, with family and stuff throughout the week. Don't make food be another one. I'm going to start making the protein first because that's usually the bulk of this whole meal prep. Oven is on at 400. Pretty much everything that's going in the oven is going to stay at that temperature. It's going to be really easy. I'm going to start. The chicken usually takes the longest, so I'm going to season this, prep this, because that's going in the oven. Then I'm going to get turkey going on the stovetop, and then once that's done, I'll put the ground beef on there. Steaks will be kind of last. I just got to sear that real quick, throw it in for a few minutes, all while simultaneously boiling rice, prepping potatoes for the oven, and getting the vegetables ready for the oven. All right, so chicken's in the bowl. I just pat it with a towel so it's not too wet. Seasoning, I go very simple. It's just like a basic barbecue kind of mix from the store. you want to put a lot of seasoning in here, because if you're eating this way and you're eating very clean and healthy, you're probably not getting a lot of sodium in your diet. That's usually going to be from eating like fast food and eating food out. So if you cook a lot of your food and make a lot of your food, you're probably behind in sodium. So I always have electrolyte mixes in the morning. I'll add salt like this to my food, because adding salt and sodium is going to help you retain water. It's going to keep you hydrated. So tin foil just makes for easy cleanup. Just going to dump the chicken on there, spread it out. And then once the oven's done preheating, that'll go in. In the meantime, I'm going to start prepping the potatoes and get the rice boiling. So like I kind of said at the beginning of this video, this stuff is all really applicable to wherever you're at. If you're a kid, you're trying to bulk up and add some more muscle, add some size, these foods are going to be helpful. If you're an adult, I train a lot of adults who are just trying to lose 10, 15 pounds of fat. Eating like this will help them as well. If you just want to feel good, if you like your weight, you think you're already really healthy, eating like this will keep you at that same place that you're at. The biggest thing is just changing the portion sizes. A 15-year-old kid is not going to eat the same as a 25-year-old NFL player, obviously. But the same foods and the same ideas should kind of always be in the mix. And the way that I'm setting all this up, you'll see is, this is very doable food. It's all very simple food. You can get any grocery store. I'm not telling you, don't eat this whole category of food. Don't eat any carbs. I'm not telling you don't eat any meat. It's all should be pretty easy to grasp stuff. This is stuff that we've all eaten before, probably growing up. And that's the way that it should be, because this is feasible. This is very attainable. It's realistic. I can eat these foods every week year round and be happy. They taste good. They make me feel good. Hopefully, I'm not asking you to make a huge lifestyle change if you are trying to, improve your health. Okay, ground turkey's going on. Just a little dash of olive oil. Mix that around. Turkey's really simple. Just open it up. And this is 93.7. I have a good amount of fat sources from my other meat, like beef and steak, so I don't want to get a ton from the turkey. But that's just going right on the pan. And then for the next 10 minutes or so, just kind of mix that up until it's not pink anymore. Oven's good, 400 degrees. Chicken's going in. Mixing up the turkey. And then rice water is boiling, so that is going to go in shortly. Some of the biggest nutrition mistakes that I see from people, and again, remember, I'm encountering a lot of people throughout the week at my gym who I train, so I have a pretty good grasp on what's going on with people in today's world with food. And pretty much everybody doesn't eat enough protein. And I'm going to tell you to try to eat your body weight in grams of protein. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you should try to eat 150 grams of protein from actual protein sources. That is ambitious. It can be hard to do that, but you might as well at least strive for it. You might as well get close to that. Even if you only get, 0.8 grams per pound, that's fine. That's still pretty good. A lot of people aren't eating any breakfast, so no protein at breakfast. Lunch is, they're kind of picking at food or fast food or quick lunch or snacks. That's basically no protein. So now you have to eat over 100 grams of protein for dinner. Like, there's no way. It's just not possible. It's not going to happen. So not having protein is big. And again, that's for everybody. If you're trying to gain muscle, get bigger, get stronger, or get shredded, lose fat, everyone needs to be eating a high protein diet. And then to go along with that, another mistake a lot of people make is, I'm not trying to point this at you, is a lot of people just don't eat enough food. The average middle school, high school kid I train is nutrient deficient. They are borderline malnourished. They're eating maybe 2,000 calories all day. But yet they're 15-year-old developing humans. You're growing. You want to be good at sports. You want to gain muscle. You're working hard in the gym. You're practicing. You need to fuel all of that. Most kids are not eating enough food. This can be changed by waking up 10 minutes earlier, making some eggs and having breakfast. Or another one is have a better lunch by bringing leftovers from dinner for lunch the next day. Bring some lunch with you instead of being like, oh, I wonder what's for lunch today at the cafeteria. What's for lunch? You're out at work. Oh, I wonder what I should get for my lunch break. No plan. I don't like your odds. Some other things that are going to be helpful when you're cooking is find ways to make the food taste better. People think eating healthy, it's got to taste bland and bad, and that's not true. I hope you know that's not true because it might take time, but there's ways to make it healthy. Again, lots of seasoning. You need salt. Remember that. You need salt. Add stuff like this. I'm going to use the air fryer for the Brussels sprouts. I think this is a great investment. If you never use one, it makes the food a little crispier in a healthy way. Add some flavor there. And then something else that'll make your food better is knowing how long to cook your food for. Get an instant read thermometer. I'm going to stick this right in the chicken, about 10 minutes. And I know the internal temperature I need to hit. For thighs, it's about 180 degrees Fahrenheit. For breasts, it's about 165. So you can stick this in, and you can know exactly if it's undercooked, hey, it needs a few more minutes. Oh, it's overcooked. It's going to taste really rubbery and bad. Don't guess. You got to actually plan out how to make your food taste better. Turkey, almost done. See, it's still pink. That means it needs about 5 more minutes. Rice, basically done. Got the sprouts in the air fryer. Got chicken on top. I need it to go a little bit longer. Just put the broccoli in. And potatoes need a little bit more time too. So let's say we're over the hump now. I'm just going to chill. I sometimes try to then go on my phone, do work, emails or something. But then something else needs to be done like 2 minutes, and I'm kind of rushing back here. So now we wait. So now the turkey's done, right? It's not pink anymore. What you're going to see me do is now start to prep the actual meals, which is, it's very random. I basically am just combining protein source with a carb source with a vegetable. And I just put it in the Tupperware. I'm just kind of mixing and matching, just keeping it fresh. And I'm going to weigh it out on the scale. So how much food to eat, that's another question people have. I can't give an answer because it depends so much on your body weight and your activity level. However, for protein, if you're growing, if you're active, you should probably eat around 6 to 8 ounces of protein in a meal. Well, I don't have a scale. I don't know how much that is. 4 ounces is if you can grab it like this. So you can grab whatever turkey I can grab in one hand, that's about 4 ounces or 25 grams of protein. I'm going to do 8 just because, again, I'm pretty active. I got a good amount of muscle. I want to keep fueling that to grow. So I'm going to do 8 ounces of turkey. And then I'll start to take some rice. And carbs depend a lot on your activity level. So if you're pretty active, you train hard, if you're a competing athlete especially, I'm going to go for about 6 ounces of rice. But if you're a pretty sedentary person and you're trying to lose fat, you don't really need a ton of carbs. It's mainly just meat and vegetables for you, I would say. So carbs is the big thing that you can change a lot based on what you do on a day-to-day basis. Everyone needs fat, everyone needs protein. Carbs, though, I would say, is where you would cut from if you're trying to lose body fat and lose weight. So like I said earlier, use certain stuff to make your food taste better. Check them in on the chicken thighs. See, they're only at 142 degrees, which means they are not cooked. I gotta go back in for about 10 more minutes. I swear I've probably washed my hands at least 10 times during this meal prep. Will probably be around 15 times by the time I'm done, just with all the meat or touching. Another thing, when you're seasoning meat, get all sides of the meat. I got the steaks going right now. And I need you to season, obviously, the main part, but also the sides. You need to flip it around, get all of it. Again, that's going to add more flavor. Too many people just put a dash of salt on top. That's not going to give you as much flavor. It's not going to retain as much of the salt as if you just kind of lather the whole thing. So again, I'm getting all 4 sides, front and back. All right, we're getting really messy in here. Broccoli just came out. Yeah, it's a little brown, a little crispy, which I like. Potatoes just came out, same thing, kind of crispy. Beef is on, rice is done, turkey's done. And what I've been doing with the stuff that's done is prepping them in Tupperwares for the week. 8 ounces of protein, 6 ounces of rice or potato, and then veggies, 4 to 6 ounces. I'm not too particular about that because there's not really many calories in vegetables. And as this kind of finishes up, steaks will go on last. I'm just putting it in Tupperware, and I'm actually going to write with a Post-it note on top the exact contents of it, right? 8 ounces of beef, 6 ounces of rice, just so I can easily track it later in MyFitnessPal. I'm currently trying to lose a little bit of body fat. Yeah, I like how I look. I feel great in the gym, but I haven't gotten like lean in years, like veins, visible abs, and I really want to do that. Like right now, do a little, like I'm like a comfortable, happy with where I'm at, like 179, but I want to see like if I can get down to like 170, 168, 165 even, just for a few weeks and just be like absolutely diced. And I'll kind of show you guys more along for that process. All right, chicken hit 185 on all the pieces, so that's done. Beef will be done in a sec. That can still be a little bit red. I got steaks searing right here, and then about a minute I'll throw those in the oven. That'll finish up, and then again I'm just kind of labeling all the food. So I'm got Tupperwares going, and I just write down the protein content, the carbs, the veggies, and then I'll kind of get those organized and check in from there. All right, finished product. I got all the meals in Tupperware. I got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This is a little bit extra, right? All the meal prep stuff you should do. There's been times in my life where I just put that in like big Tupperwares and I kind of just put it on my plate as I go for the day. But next level is putting it in its own day, its own meal, and labeling the contents of it. But if you just cook these foods and eat them and to the point where you're about full, nothing crazy, you will see great progress. Measuring it out, that's just kind of next level. But if you build your plate around, again, that lean protein, a beef, a turkey, a chicken, a steak, a carb, which would be a rice or potato, and then the vegetable, broccoli, sprouts, salad, anything like that. If you have that for lunch and dinner, and breakfast you have like eggs or yogurt, you will see progress. You will see progress. There's no way around it. You will add muscle. You will lose fat. You'll become full of more energy and just feel better by yourself 100%. And I know this might seem like a lot to kind of prep all this. It took about hour and 20 minutes on a Sunday, which is not that bad. That's not that bad. And I don't have to cook all week now. That's so nice to know that I can't mess up. I can't mess up because the food is right there. I just got to grab the fridge and reach it. And all this food I spent for the week at the store was around like $160, $170, which again might sound like a lot, but this is everything I'm going to eat all week. I might eat out one time. $170 divided by 7 days. That's about $23 to $25 a day on food, and it's really good quality whole foods. That's an amazing deal, honestly, if you look at it like that. So highly encourage you to start preparing. Whether you do full meal prep, like this to this degree, but just start by cooking some of your own food. Cook whatever you can. Try not to eat out a ton because who knows what's in all that food. Take control. Take control of your life. And I want to say that this, how do I say this? This is not easy. It's not fun, but you have to do hard things. You have to do hard things. I don't like doing this whole meal prep thing, but I do it because I know my future self is going to thank me. So when you look at it like that, why would you not do it? I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.